Car Cost Canada provides the dealer cost, a list of rebates, plus discounted interest rates. The link is in the description below. The Ford Explorer is the best-selling SUV of all time in North America. It was one of the originators, and now it gets some serious updates. The Explorer is sold with a base 2.3-liter EcoBoost 4-cylinder, a 3.3-liter hybrid model, and the top Platinum trim and the new ST get a 3-liter twin-turbo V6. The Explorer is roughly the same size as the outgoing model, but the wheels have been pushed out to the corners, providing a longer wheelbase and a shared platform with the new Lincoln Aviator. All models sold in Canada come with all-wheel drive and start at $45,000. Hybrid models start at $57,000, and the ST starts at $59,000. While attending a Ford Edge program, they had a new Explorer ST on hand for me to drive, and here's what I found out. So they have a new Lincoln, the Aviator, sexy looking vehicle. And when they developed the platform for that, the engines and the transmissions, they said, hey, we already have a great seller in Explorer. Let's update that with some high-tech features and sell it to people who are definitely interested in buying more of a performance-oriented vehicle. So under the hood is the Lincoln 3-liter V6 with 400 horsepower and 400 plus pound-feet of torque. There's a bit of sort of misleading information. Some people here have said it's 400 pound-feet of torque, but the chief engineer said it's over 430 pound-feet of torque. Either way, that's a lot of power for a mainline car. In prestige brands, BMW, Audi, Mercedes, and others, this is the kind of power you get from their performance vehicles, but from a Ford product, I'm trying to think of a non-premium brand that offers this kind of power. So it's nice to see that Ford is offering this for the people that want it. So the engine is good. Ford knows how to do their EcoBoost turbo V6 engines quite well. And the good news is this is equipped with the new 10-speed automatic transmission that's spreading through the Ford family. We saw it first on F-150. It's a co-developed transmission with General Motors, but the way Ford programs it is very different than the way General Motors does. And I have to tell you, in the different vehicles I've driven that use this transmission, the vehicles that have higher horsepower and higher torque seem to like this setup better. It seems to work better with higher torque engines. The shifts are more precise and direct. I find when they use it on some of those smaller turbo 4-cylinder applications, it doesn't really love it. So you might be asking yourself, how does this differ from that new Aviator? Well, first of all, Lincoln has a unique approach to the way they're developing their products. They want them to be velvety smooth with instant power, so high performance and high power engines, but almost removed from the road. When you drive the new Lincoln products, they're very velvety smooth. With the Ford, they wanted you to feel like you're driving more of a performance-oriented car, so you can feel the road. The suspension is totally different than the Aviator. The exhaust is totally different. The common features are the engine and the transmission, and the suspension is totally different. So that's how they've differentiated the two models. Now, what do you think of the way it looks, the ST? I think they've done a good job. I think that you see some of the Lincoln elements in here. It looks a little bit like the Navigator in some ways from the back. It's got a sleeker look to it. It certainly looks good with the large wheels, the black wheels. So that's good that they're offering this as an option. Are a lot of people gonna go to the Ford showroom for an Explorer and say, I want an ST? Probably not, because this is a pricey option. But for those that maybe do a lot of driving, that want to have more power and want to move a lot of people in a hurry, at least there's something for them now. You know, I'm driving with my co-pilot here, Wave. Hello. And we were talking about, you know, a domestic brand or a non-luxury brand that would have this kind of power. And the one vehicle, you know, that William came up with was the Durango, right? So you get a Hemi-equipped Durango would compete with this. But this is the newest technology, turbo 6-cylinder instead of, you know, going with a large displacement V8. So one of the things is, this is a rear bias, meaning the engine and the transmission want to pump power to the rear wheels first, which is very German, very European sort of driving dynamics. The Ford Edge is a front wheel bias all-wheel drive system, and we had a chance to drive that today. And with this, I think is going to give you more of a rewarding driving experience. The weak link in the Ford Edge ST to me is the transmission. I don't find particularly crisp, so I put it in manual now. I did this test when I had the Edge ST. So what happens here? There's a hybrid next to us. I think we've got the hybrid. Okay, accelerate, and 1,000, 1,000. It takes almost a full second for the 8-speed automatic transmission in that S mode to shift gears. Okay, so we're at a stop now. So take off. Yeah, that's not instant, but it's much, much quicker. So if it was my money and I was looking for a performance Ford SUV, I'd probably lean towards this. So there you go, a quick review. I only have this car for a short period of time, but I look forward to getting it back at home and putting it through its paces. But oh, I forgot to mention the interior. What do you think of this big tablet style thing on the dash? That's kind of looks like an afterthought. They're trying to compete. Honestly, I think they're trying to compete with FCA and their big 12-inch screen that they have. Theirs is integrated in. This looks like they stuck it on in a committee meeting after the vehicle was finished. So there you go. What do you think of that? The optional screen is actually not 12 inches, but 10.1 inches and costs $1,500, but does include an upgraded B&O sound system. So there are the basics of the all-new Ford Explorer ST. Don't worry, we'll get it back into a full test drive coming up soon, right here on the channel. Car Cost Canada provides the dealer cost, a list of rebates, plus discounted interest rates. The link is in the description below.